The man took a picture of his wife, but in the photo, his wife, who was originally dressed lightly, was wearing a fur coat. At first, they thought it was a camera malfunction, until the wife pulled out a coat from a suitcase and took another photo by the window. Wasn't that exactly how she looked in the earlier picture? The man broke into a cold sweat. He then took a picture of the doorway, and this time, a young man appeared in the photo. He was the woman's younger brother, but the brother couldn't possibly be here, because he had already been locked up in prison. Just then, the doorknob started to turn. It was the woman's brother entering. He had actually escaped from prison. The two were so shocked, they couldn't say a word, and the brother's pose when opening the door was exactly the same as in the photo. It turned out the camera could take pictures of what would happen 5 minutes into the future. The three began to wonder if they could use it to do something big. Just then, they saw a horse racing program on TV. The man stood up excitedly. They could use the camera to predict horse race results in advance. This was their chance to get rich. The group rushed to the racetrack, carefully timing the moment the race would end, and took a photo of the scoreboard. The photo showed horse number 6 as the winner. The man quickly placed a bet, and sure enough, number 6 galloped ahead and crossed the finish line first. They were overjoyed. This time, they had earned their first pot of gold. With capital in hand, they began betting continuously and in larger amounts. Every prediction was spot on. They made a fortune in no time. That night, back at the hotel, the man immediately ordered a sports car. With this camera, they would never be poor again. But unexpectedly, the hotel waiter noticed a few lines of text on the camera. A single owner may only take 10 photos. Furious, the man kicked the waiter out. If what the writing said was true, they had already taken 8 pictures today, which meant they only had 2 shots left. The man decided to place an even bigger bet tomorrow. The wife, however, wanted to save it for the future, and the brother wanted to keep the camera for himself. The three began to argue. During the struggle, they accidentally pressed the shutter, wasting another photo. But the photo showed the wife with a terrified expression. The man ignored the meaning behind the photo, pulled out a knife, and tried to drive the brother away. The two got into a fight, and accidentally fell out the window together. The woman showed the same frightened expression as in the photo. She had lost both her husband and her brother in an instant, and was overwhelmed with grief. She believed it was all the camera's fault, so she used the last photo, then planned to take the money they'd earned and enjoy life. But just then, the waiter burst in. He had been eavesdropping on their conversation the entire time. The waiter grabbed the cash from the table, stuffing it into his bag in handfuls. The woman tried to call the police, but the waiter warned her. Harboring and aiding a fugitive was a serious crime. Turns out, the waiter had long known that the woman's brother was an escaped convict. He looted all the money in the room, and before leaving, took a glance at the photo in the camera. Shockingly, the photo showed 3 dead bodies. But who was the third person? The woman hurried to the window to check, but tripped on a cable, and accidentally fell out of the window. The waiter looked out with great satisfaction, but when he looked at the photo again, there weren't just 3 bodies. Greed may bring temporary wealth, but what follows may be nothing short of misfortune.